right-hand corner and select speaker view so you could see Barbara performing. Otherwise, if you prefer watching the gallery, you can do that. But Barbara, go for it. Barbara, we're not hearing you.
Are you unmuted? You have to unmute.
Barbara is unmuted. I can see that.
Her microphone might be turned off, though.
Yeah, Barbara, do you have a second,
a
two-part system?
There we go. There we go.
Hey!
Okay.
Sounds good, and we're live streaming.
There's always some technical difficulties. I'll start with just a verse of a song so we can see if everything's okay.
Okay, go
is
ahead.
That all right with you?
Yeah,
Wonderful.
a little more volume might be good.
Okay, I'll push it up on my thingamajig.
There,
1, 2,
that's
3.
better, yes.
Better.
Go ahead.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we hear that. Sounds very good. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Are you going to HELIOSPHERE? Sci-fi, FILK, and other cool stuff. And to FILK, Ontario. Tell me to stop when you've had enough.
We can hear you.
Wonderful. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, Mark, for inviting me. Thank you, Ken, for helping me out on Wednesday. Is it clipping? It is showing that it's clipping a bit, so I'm going to just turn it out just tiny little bit. And maybe this should be better. Okay.
Okay, yes, that's better. Not clipping
I'm going
now.
to turn it down a bit on my thingamajig and then turn it up on my Zoom, which might help. Isn't this exciting? We have all this technology, and we have absolutely new things that we have to be wary of. Is that better? Is it louder?
That is fine.
Okay.
That is perfectly fine. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. This is my first time at an international convention, 2 conventions. Also my first time playing at 2 countries at once, so this is exciting. And I want to start off with a song that I wrote at a LARP, at a LARP based in medieval Poland. And this is called The Healer's Lullaby. And now I wrote it in Polish and then I translated it into English. So I'm going to sing it in Polish first and then in English so you can know what I was singing about. Śnij maleńki synku, kruszynko niewielka, ja ci zagram kołysankę na szklanych butelkach. Mam tu maść na rany, wyciąg mam z krwawnika, moździerz, w którym utrę babkę i ziele w rotyczu. Umiem zaszyć ranę, umiem leczyć ludzi, lecz nie umiem, drogi synku, ojca ci przywrócić. Papa twój swe życie Bogom dał w ofierze. Umiem leczyć, ale serca swego nie uleczę. Umiem leczyć, ale serca twego nie uleczę. Sleep, my little son, dream of sea and cockles. I'll play you a lullaby on apothecary bottles. I got salves and ointments, infusions and potions, mortar to crush up the herbs and teas for strong emotions. I can cure all ails, set a broken hand, but I don't know any way to bring you back your dad. Your father lives his life for gods in every part. Even though I know so much, I can't heal my heart. Even though I know so much, I can't heal your heart. Thank you. I have quite a big set of Witcher-related things because, well, The Witcher was created by Andrzej Sapkowski, who is a Polish fantasy writer. And I've been quite an avid LARPer. I play LARPs and tabletop games, to which we will come back later. Anyway, there is a LARP in Poland that's called the Witcher School, and it's basically allows you to be a Witcher in an authentic castle. And I play bards in game, playing the music, providing the players from all around the world with some nice background music while they play. And I wrote a couple of songs, I translated a couple of songs, so I'm going to give you The Witcher's Lullaby, which is one of my own. May your dreams be free of killing, may your minds be free of duty, may your heart be free of sorrow, may your sleep be calm. Sleep, my witch's dream of hope, I know you paid a dire cost. Dream of friendship's broken bonds, dream of all that you have lost. May your dreams be free of killing, may your minds be free of duty, may your heart be free of sorrow, may your sleep be calm. Sleep, my witchers, dream of peace, of all the lives your work will save. Dream of children, normal lives, only in dreams what you lost you will have. May your dreams be free of killing, may your minds be free of duty, may your hearts be free of sorrow, may your sleep be calm. They say that harps play only very sad songs, but this one will be a bit happier. And this harp here is actually a replica of a 15th century harp from Scotland, the Queen Mary harp. So I play the early Irish harp with wire strings. So Gwen does play that harp too. So that's another thing we have in common. And I play on my left shoulder, so I'm not mirrored. I'm just, the other way around. This story here is, I was at the LARP and I was playing a bard, and I was, as a bard, collecting stories, and I said, I need an epic story so I can write a song to win the bard contest. And so one of the Witcher adepts came up to me and said, I have just a thing for you. And he described to me this wonderful epic battle that took place at the LARP, and I had to make a song out of that. It's called The Siege of Hedgehog Fort. It was on a sunny autumn day. A band of witcher came out to play, or should I say, to fancy mutants, scary as they go. Led by Vester of Oxenford and Yodok of Covey, prepared for the hunt, armed with potions and signs and sword, but not prepared for the foe. With needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes, with needles and eyes and needles and eyes. An awful beast to slay, at needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes. To tell you the truth, I'm really surprised they didn't run away. There was Veldent, Corvi, and Baldwin of Brugge, and Alan Silman, Lonzo, and Wilfred the Thug, and dark-haired Doctor with flaming torch following the masters. They went to the woods and bloody shame. They couldn't really find their game until they came to a giant tree and heard the rustling bushes with needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes, with needles and eyes and needles and eyes. A monster, I must say, with needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes. To tell you the truth, I'm really surprised I didn't run away. Well, is it a drowner, a mutant, or a ghoul? The witchers were wondering why the creature fool shook the bush in a menacing way and made them really nervous. I don't think this creature can be found in Yodok's book of monster sounds, so witchers we have to improvise with what we've had at hand. With needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes, with needles and eyes and needles and eyes, an awful beast to slay. With needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes. To tell you the truth, I'm really surprised they didn't run away. They soon prepared a blitz attack, a grape shot thrown by an expert hand, exploded with a flash and whack, but still the bushes rustles. Then Yodok came in with a sign of art, for you must know it's not unheard of to use an art for everything, even cleaning your shoes. With needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes, with needles and eyes and needles and eyes, a monster I must say, with needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes. To tell you the truth, I'm really surprised they didn't run away. After a heavy witcher assault, the bush went silent for a little while, but then it shook again and again and made them leap in fear. Then Vester came in with a shaking hand, parted the branches and set his eyes upon the foe, and that he exclaimed, "Well, fluff me sideways, it's just a bloody hedgehog." With needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes, no more beating around the bush and no more things to say. With needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes and needles and eyes, they all got made by the prickly beast, and the hedgehog got away. Okay, and that was the Siege of Hedgehog Fort. And the next one of the things I do is I translate songs a lot. Usually I translate English songs into Polish, but on this instance, there is a song by a band called Percival that was written for the Witcher tour, and I translated it into English. It's called Eyes of a Witcher. Where can you find my music? I'll post a link later on. Okay, where is my translation? I'm using my little nice LARPing notebook that has like handwritten scripted stuff in it. Oh, there it is. But not for everything. I have a page. I have all pages. I should thank you, Karl Johan. You're a gem. Heartstrings. Okay, Eyes of a Witcher. So the music is by Percival, the lyrics are by them, but translated into English by me. When he looks upon thee, you'd better not be a monster who is bound to dig into the ground, searching for cadavers with his claws like daggers. When he looks upon thee, you'd better not be a monster who can lure to a place obscure innocent people and rip them into pieces. Hey, there's a creature, monster with cruel features, on this night so tempting, sudden death will take thee. Just before you die, you will realize which with the yellow eyes will be your demise. When he looks upon thee, you'd better not be a monster who ensnares and takes to his lair under murky waters our sons and daughters. When he looks upon thee, you'd better not be a monster of the night who uses all his might to kill and disembowel the victims in his power. Hey, there's a creature, monster with cruel features, on this night so tempting, sudden death will take thee. Just before you die, you will realize which with the yellow eyes will be your demise. When he looks upon thee, you would better not be a monster who enthralls poor and troubled souls, takes them and possesses, pushes into madness. When he looks upon thee, you'd better not be a monster who sinks his long and sharp teeth into shocked faces of the victims he embraces. Hey, there's a creature, monster with cruel features, on this night so tempting, sudden death will take thee. Just before you die, you will realize which with the yellow eyes will be your demise. Hey, there's a creature, monster with cruel features, on this night so tempting, sudden death will take thee. Just before you die, you will realize which with the yellow eyes will be your demise. So to lighten the mood just a little bit, I'm going to sing a song that's a modern traditional song written by a friend of mine, a wonderful, very talented piper, Brendan Ring. He wrote the music, and his wonderful partner, Michelle Vassal-Ring, wrote the words. And the song is called Oisin, and it bases off the myth, the Irish myth about Oisin, who was taken away or went away to Tirnanog beyond the ninth wave. And when he returned, ages have passed. as I wait for you upon the strand, for your retirement to this land. I count each grain of sand, once touched by your hand, and I want to tell you I'm always falling for you, falling like ocean, falling like ocean, falling like ocean. If I had to tame the ocean steed to bring you back again, I'd tame the wildest wave to cradle you from pain. And I want to tell you I'm always falling for you, falling like ocean, falling like ocean, falling like ocean. And if I had to weave my fears to protect you from fate, I'd save the wall of tears where love is the only gate. And I want to tell you I'd still be falling for you, falling like ocean, falling like ocean, falling like ocean. And I want to tell you I'd still be falling for you, falling like ocean, falling like ocean, falling like ocean. Have to remember to hydrate. The next one will be in Polish. It's called Idź już, Go Away, and it's a Selkie song. I have a big soft spot for Selkie songs. And so the story in the song is the story of the human who entrapped the Selkie and basically says, like, why did I have to see you? Why did I have to fall in love with you? Why did I have to harm you so by taking away your skin and your freedom? And now it's time I will give it back to you. I'm taking the skin out of the chest. I'll leave it by the fireside and I'll lock myself in the attic so I don't go back on it, and I'll see you free. Oczy z bursztynu, co stopniał sierść, szara jak niebo ze stali, wcielenie piękna i gracji. Gdy się przymykasz wśród fal, dlaczego musiałam cię ujrzeć? Gdy skórę zrzuciłaś na brzegu, zapragnąć, zachwycić, pokochać. Dlaczego, powtarzam, dlaczego musiałam cię zranić swym sercem ułomnym, człowieczym i zabrać twą skórę i wolność miłości prawdziwej na przekór do dziś. Nie rozumiem, jak serce nie pękło mi smutkiem i żalem, kiedy słyszałam, jak śpiewasz, wpatrując się tęsknie w fale. Lecz wreszcie skrzynię otwieram. Ostatni raz głaszczę twą skórę, zostawię ją tutaj przy piecu, by skończyć okrutną torturę. Ja sama na strychu się zamknę i klucz przez okienko wyrzucę, bo boję się, że się rozmyślę, bo wiem, że już do mnie nie wrócisz, choć nie mam już serca i cierpię. Tę jedną rzecz jeszcze uczynię, by przez łzy zobaczyć, jak wolna zanurzasz się w swoją głębinę. I kiedy o świcie nad morzem niebo zapłonie purpurą, ty będziesz przez fale przemykać z mym sercem schowanym pod skórą. I kiedy o świcie nad morzem niebo zapłonie purpurą, ty będziesz przez fale przemykać z mym sercem schowanym pod skórą. The next one is to lighten the mood a bit. Another song that I totally stole from somebody. So this is by a duet or a band called Kara with a C. Gudrun Walter and Sandra Steiner wrote this beautiful song. I did a translation into Polish, but I'm going to sing the original for you. It's called The Fair Maid and the King. It was on a beautiful evening of May, fa-la-la-lee-la-la-la. A lady was walking along some way, fa-la-la-lee-la. The king and his soldiers came riding along, fa-la-la-lee-la-la-la. They've been away from home so long, fa-la-la-lee-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la. The king, he stopped and he spied the maid, fa-la-la-la-la-la. What are you doing out so late, fa-la-la-la-la? I'm on my way to my grandmother's home, fa-la-la-la-la-la. He said it is a dangerous place to roam, fa-la-la-la-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la. So come with me to my castle grand, fa-la-la-la-la-la. The king, he kissed the lady's hand, fa-la-la-la-la. On one condition I agree, fa-la-la-la-la-la. There's something between your legs I'd like to see, fa-la-la-la-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la. The king, he blushed and he mounted his horse, fa-la-la-la-la-la. He wanted to take the lady by force, fa-la-la-la-la. She jumped upon his horse so quick, fa-la-la-la-la-la. He soon realized her insidious trick, fa-la-la-la-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la. Good day, your dear king, you so generous and fine, fa-la-la-la-la-la. What was between your legs is now between mine, fa-la-la-la-la. And then she went away, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Over the hills and far away, fa-la-la-la-la. She was young and fair, fa-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Birds were singing in the air, fa-la-la-la-la. So a fun little song. The next one will be my dragon song, or safe. Just gonna gulp some water. So this is a song. I think this is a song that an enamored dragon would sing. I know that you have traveled far. You fought the demons on your way. Now you are here, I let you in and bid you by the fire stay. I take your hand, I give you tea. You look at me as if spellbound. Let me hold your tired body. You are safe and sound. Whatever evil thoughts and deeds you've witnessed while you traveled here, I promised you that there's still hope, and it's the light that draws us near. I take your hand, I kiss your lips. You look at me as if spellbound. Let me soothe your crying heart. You are safe and sound, and in your eyes I see you've heard words crueler than just sticks and stones. You think you have to shrug them all, but truth is they cut to the bone. I gaze into your fearful eyes, like you don't want it to be found. Let me calm your racing mind. You are safe and sound, and all these fights, these deeds and words were not the hardest of ordeals. It was the helplessness that broke you and brought you here into my realm. Now that I took you in my heart, a dragon's heart filled with love profound, let me mend your broken soul. You are safe and sound. You are safe and sound. I love me some sad sulky songs, but sometimes you want a happy sulky song. And this is a song I wrote for my husband. And because sometimes I think, what if the sulky meets a human who just kind of doesn't take her skin away? There's just a peg by the door where you can hang your skin. And you know, every time you need to go to the sea, you just grab your skin, go to the sea, and then come back. Just as easy as that. Strapped by the king in the golden cage, I sung my songs at the fountain of youth. I was bound with a rope made from unicorn's mane as they drank from the well at the dawning of the day. I was enchanted to be the willow tree, for loving too fiercely for little people's taste. I was a phoenix tear that could heal the king, a thread entwined into other people's taste. I was hidden away inside the holy cup. In Lilith's hands I had stretched it to you. I was bound to exist beyond the ninth wave and only come out when the moon was full. I ran through the sky at the end of the world and was called by the chant, as above so below. I drew with the others in the garden green when he told us we were nothing like his rose. From the far, far ways that I dreamt to be true, I'm coming back again to my home, to you. With smile in your eyes, I open the door. With trust in your eyes, you give me my skin. I kiss you goodbye and go out to the sea. I give you a kiss, forever yours. From the far, far ways that I dreamt to be true, I'm coming back again to my home, to you. With smile in your eyes, you open the door. With trust in my eyes, I hand you my skin. I call upon our fates entwined, a silky kiss, forever yours. From the far, far ways that I dreamt to be true, I'm coming back again to my home, to you. As a couple of people said, and Mark also, if you want to blame somebody for me being here, blame Gwen Lighton. She's absolutely wonderful and lovely and awesome. And because her songs are extremely well suited so that I can steal them, because she writes them for this kind of harp. So I don't have to do anything. I just grab the song and start singing it. Yes, selkies are a special interest of mine. Yes, I love me some selkies. I'm kind of peeking at the chat, which I absolutely shouldn't do during a concert. I do that on my Twitch streams a lot, and of course it makes me laugh sometimes, or lose my pace. But it's also extremely wonderful to be able to actually interact with people. You all know how important it is, especially now that we can be together. Okay, I'm gonna sing a sad song now. Sorry, but it's a harp. They do that. It's Gwen's Last Run. The Last Run is a Shadowrun song, a Dorian waltz. Black is the alley, dark is the hour. Bright are the windows up in the watchtower. Carefully, silently, that the wall's edge deeds. Always remember we'll less than gods, more than thieves. ID match, data snatch. Damn what the corp believes. We don't exist, that's our power. Those whom the shadows devour. And wouldn't my mother be proud? A vile goblin daughter is leading this crowd. And wouldn't my father's heart swell? When the change took me, I lost my family as well. When you run in the shadows, there's comfort in hell. And the only real rule is survive. The shadows will keep you alive. Smile when you steal from the corpse you despise. Sure and consistent, the plans you devise. Get through security, aim for obscurity. Tell lies with clarity, show your sincerity. Use your dexterity, reverse the parity. Normality is our disguise. Get out before the doubts arise. Wouldn't my mother be proud? A vile goblin daughter is leaving this crowd. And wouldn't my father's heart swell? When the change took me, I lost my family as well. When you run in the shadows, there's comfort in hell. And the only real rule is survive. The shadows will keep you alive. Storm in the city, the thunderclouds rise. I sense the worry in my decker's eyes. Turn on the infrared, wait for a go-ahead. What Mr. Johnson said echoes inside my head. Falsify and embed, try to avoid bloodshed. This run is a cakewalk, you guys. You know Mr. Johnson says the lies. And wouldn't my mother be proud? A vile goblin daughter is leading this crowd. And wouldn't my father's heart swell? When the change took me, I took my family as well. When you run in the shadows, there's comfort in hell. And the only real rule is survive. The shadows can't keep you alive. After 3 botches, the corpse alarm rings. I'll take the rear, our escape's a sure thing. We've got contingency for the emergency. One loud noise behind me, one guard I didn't see. Disconnect mind body, can't catch my memory. As it flees, I hear one thing. A song that my mom used to sing. Hush now, my baby, don't fret. I love you forever, don't ever forget. Hush now, my baby, don't cry. The Sandman will send you dreams out of the sky, of dragon and fey folk, my love, hush by, as the world shatters into moonbeams, as the shadow fragment in my dreams. So that was Gwen's last run. Now I'm going to sing you a song. I'm very happy you liked it. I'm going to sing you one of my own songs, and this is a song I vowed to perform on every social distanced concert because I wrote it in on the 274th March of 2020, and it doesn't quite go the same way if it's performed live in person. So if you're on gallery view, I might suggest you put me as the star of the show for just this one song. And I'm gonna go with it. It's called the Social Distancing Love Song. So it's the 405th day of March 2020. It's been so long since I went to a con. I look at the world through windows of glass, zeros and ones. And there are days like this when I feel like the Lady of Shalott. Only I spin stories, my mirror is a screen, and you are the shadow of Lancelot that I've seen. Thank God you are there, why aren't you asleep? There's daylight somewhere, I answer and chat late into the night. With a fluttering heart, I read in between your words and your memes. An instant connection, this chunk is perfection. There's something I want to say, but I don't. And maybe you too feel this way. You look into the webcam and our eyes connect, though I know they never really do. And in every love song you hear I still think I'm singing just for you. If only you knew what it does to me, you'd never look into the camera again. Or maybe, just maybe you would. Look all the time and smile. There's something in your way, your voice breaks sometimes, or the way you inhale, or let out the smallest laugh. That's enough. My heart skips a beat and I fall. This is not sensible, it is not right, but it is a spark, and I am bone dry. You look into the webcam and our eyes connect, though I know they never really do. And in every love song you sing, I hear I'm singing just for you. If only you knew what it does to me, you'd never look into the camera again. Or maybe, just maybe you would. Look all the time and smile. Don't worry about me though, my dear. I don't blame you for what I feel. I know it's all in my mind, and I don't mind. It's just my greedy little heart. It was setting me up straight from the start, and the only thing I can do with this feeling is write a song. It's just my greedy little heart. It was setting me up straight from the start, and the only thing I can do with this feeling is write a song and pass it along. Okay, this here harp is a very specific instrument. It's a historical harp. As I said, a replica or a simplified replica of a 15th century harp, and it does not have any levers or semitone mechanism. I only had white piano keys on the harp, so I'll need to retune. And normally when I do a concert retune, I just tell jokes about harpers. And my favorite joke about harpers is two harpers meet. My second favorite joke about harpers is to harpers need, and one of the harpers says, I published a new CD, and the other said, did you sell a lot? And the first one says, no, just my house and my car. If anybody wants any lyrics from me or anything, I am at the Discord, the FILK Haven. You can catch me there. I'll happily give them to you. I also got distracted by telling the jokes, and I didn't retune my F. There's another joke about harpers saying, how long does it take to tune a harp? And the one answer is, nobody knows. And the other one says, just a few more minutes, I promise. The social distancing love song isn't on my webpage yet because I am bad that way. But you can always contact me, you can write me an email, and I'll happily provide you with lyrics and chords. I don't write notes because I have a degree in animal breeding, actually. Okay, I declare myself in tune. Looking at the time and looking at my song list. So this next one is called Sea Prayer. I give small offerings to the sea, consisting of happiness, faith, and tears. I give small offerings to the sea, consisting of happiness, faith, and tears. Sea, oh great sea, take away my sorrows, let me be reborn, where the sea meets the shore. Sea, oh great sea, take away my sorrows, let me be reborn, where the sea meets the shore. Sea, oh great sea, what can you give me? I'll make your wishes come true if you tell me what you need. Sea, oh great sea, what can you give me? I'll take your wishes come true if you tell me what you need. Sea, oh great sea, give me serenity, the waves which whisper will answer to thee. Sea, oh great sea, give me serenity, the waves which whisper will answer to thee. I cannot give you serenity, but I'll take away your sorrows and hide them in me. I cannot give you serenity, but I'll take away your sorrows and hide them in me. For only you can give yourself serenity. I'll just take away your sorrows and hide them in me. For only you can give yourself serenity. I'll just take away your sorrows and hide them in me. I give small offerings to the sea, consisting of happiness, faith, and tears. I give small offerings to the sea, consisting of happiness, faith, and tears. Oh, 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 I'm going to be very quick now. Very, very quick. Gamer's Lullaby is my next tune. It's for all ye computer gamers out there. You might have heard that one from Gwen because she sings it too. The light of dawn is reflecting from your screen. You're almost out of gold, and a treasure is nowhere to be seen. And there will always be another beast to slay. So leave your control at be and come to bed. I promise you a dream of worlds created entirely for you. The mooncake opens here to take you to where the cake is true. And there will always be another day to play. But now it's time to respond, so come to bed. Don't get caught between these endless dialogue options in the game. You hear your friends snoring on Teams because you click away. And there will always be that other storyline. But now it's time to sleep, so tell the game good night. You've beaten Sandman up, your eyes itch, but he's not coming back. You almost have the mech, but now I think it's time for you to relax. And there will always be another quest ahead, so take a break, save and quit and come to bed. As soon as you lay down, I surely will not have you counting sheep. I know better that shepherd's work is more than this. And there will always be another headshot opportunity. So just lay down and close your eyes and log into your dreams. Now, do I have one last song?
You have
No,
you
I
have 3 more minutes.
3 more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna just shoot into it. If you know the shanty craze, you know the Longest Johns maybe? And they have a song called Got No Beard, which is about singing shanties, though you got no beard. And it has been filked by me to Got No Bard. So, I once met a fantasy genre fan who... Whoa, that's not... I once met a geek who played D&D and they wanted to join my gaming team. To our needs they had no regard, that's hard. They wanted to play a warrior, scarred, a witcher, a knight, or a city guard. But you can't form a party if you got no bard. You got no bard, you got no bard. You can't form a party if you got no bard. Got no bard, you got no bard. You can't form a party if you got no bard. I once met a girl who was most sincere and she liked D&D, so I asked her here. She said she was very woke, so woke, and she only played law-abiding blokes when we didn't have a thief with a dagger in the cloak. But you can't form a party if you can't play a rogue. You can't play rogue, you can't play rogue. You can't form a party if you can't play rogue. Can't play rogue, you can't play rogue. You can't form a party if you can't play rogue, and you got no bard. I once met a man who was very keen to join our game for the fighting scenes, but he never owned any dice. No dice! He mumbled something about the price, and he really thought that an app would suffice. But you can't form a party if you don't own some dice. You don't own dice, you don't own dice. You can't form a party if you don't own some dice. You don't own dice, you don't own dice. You can't form a party if you don't own some dice, and you can't play a rogue, and you got no bard. I once met a chap who drew awesome maps and he played a thief with disarming traps, but we never once hosted a game. Such shame. We all took turns and it soon became a righteous reason to go out to proclaim that you can't join a party if you can't GM. You can't GM, you can't GM. You can't form a party if you can't GM. You can't GM, you can't GM. You can't form a party if you can't GM. And you don't own some dice and you don't play a rogue and you got no bard. I once met a fantasy genre fan who didn't want to play humans. He had Sir's book on his shelves, big shelves. He made an elf with ton of spells who could only live to be 3,000 years, but you can't have a party if you got 2 elves. You got 2 elves, you got 2 elves. You can't have a party if you got 2 elves. Got 2 elves, you got 2 elves. You can't have a party if you got 2 elves. And you can't GM, and you don't own some dice, and you can't play rogue, and you got no bard. Well, the Fellowship of the Ring didn't have a bard. Playing with you no rogue is just fine. And if you don't have dice, I will happily share mine. You don't have to GM to play well. But if you really need to, there are some games that really don't need GM. So if you need a hint, just drop me a call. I got distracted. Where was I? Yes. And my party's got 2 beautiful hairy elves. There's no reason good enough not to join us. Play with us and sing the very last chorus. 2, 3, 4. You got no bard, you got no bard. You can't form a party if you got no bard. Got no bard, you got no bard. You can't form a party if you got no bard. Got no bard, you got no bard. You can't form a party if you got no bard. Got no bard, you got no bard. You can't form a party if you got no bard. And you got 2 elves and you can't GM and you don't own some dice and you can't play rogue and you got no bard. Thank you very much.
So you can't play D&D if you can't sing your bard from the group. Okay, thank you very much, Barbara. I am very glad that we were able to get you to join us. And as Randy mentioned, you are going to be part of Confluence as well, so that is the next thing to look forward to.